Hi guys. Hello. I hope everyone's well. Who's in the house? Let me know who's here. Say hello, everyone. Hold on. Hey, we got Brianna's here. Welcome, love. Jayala, welcome, Jayala. Oh, hey everyone. Happy new moon. I hope everyone's been well. I thought, of course, we've got to do a reading for the Virgos for this new moon. If you guys have any questions, anything that's been pending on your mind that you've needed an answer to, now's the time to do it. PayPal 1111 at Ruby Reads Tarot. Brianna, I missed you. Oh, I missed you too, love. Well, I'm here. I'm here. Let's chill out. Let's hang out. Hopefully it doesn't get too windy and too loud. But other than that, how is everyone doing? Let's get some crystals. Let's channel a bit. Let's read and find out what's going on, what's in the energies for Virgo. Yeah, I think this will probably be like just a channel for this new moon, and if there's anything that comes through like intuitively, anything we should talk about. I hope everyone's been well. It's good to see everyone. I'm good. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing really well, thank you, my love. Mashallah. Alhamdulillah. I'm doing really well. How are you? Okay. So Mercury is in retrograde up until the 20th. And then like 2 weeks of a shadow. I always say 2 weeks. I know some people are like, a week. I don't know. 2 weeks. This Mercury retrograde should be so liberating for you guys. It's hit mutables the most, and I think it's hit in a very beautifully impactful way. Virgo, I have the Page of Wands and I have the Eight of Wands. So, of course, being Gemini season, a lot of communication. There's been this real heavy Sagittarian influence since that last full moon. I don't know if anyone can think back to the full moon that took place in Sagittarius. There was a lot of closing out of chapters, and it was very severe and matter of fact. Jupiter then went into Pisces, and all of this influx of Gemini energy came through. There's a lot of mutability in the air at the moment. Just this atmosphere, this climate at the moment. Now, mutability you've got to think about is adaptation. It's adaptability. It's how quick you are to change, how likely you are to adapt to a new situation, how comfortable you feel in the flow, and how easy it is for you to get into the flow. We were talking about this real heavy Sagittarian influence that kind of started out this get into the flow vibration. Nothing's fixed. Everything is likely to change 1,000 times before you come to a final decision or a final conclusion about anything. For me, this lunar eclipse is saying the need for that kind of mutability, that kind of adaptability, that kind of ready to change, really quick on your feet, fast thinking. This is still energy that you've got to remain in. This new moon is bringing with it a lot of communication, a lot of movement in places that stagnation may have set in. So things that you may have wanted to do, but you couldn't quite get them off the ground. And it was almost as if like, this is the time, basically. Now is the time, as long as you're keeping the momentum up for yourself, basically. Keep the momentum quick, keep it fast on your feet, keep it really like flowy, easy to the saying that's coming to me right now is just do it. You know that saying, just do it. I think this might have to be your Gemini season mantra. There's a lot of energy, a lot of conversation, a lot of influx of communication that might be coming forward. There are certain things that you've got to be ready for. Some of that might have to do with communication with others. Some of that might have to do with your own personal energy. Either way, make sure that there is flow. Okay, let's get some more messages. Remember, guys, if you have any questions, one question, one card, 1111 at PayPal Ruby Reads Tarot. Let's get some more messages for this new moon solar eclipse. Any messages for the new moon solar eclipse for the Virgo collective? Remember, guys, if you have any questions, now's the time to ask them. We'll do them right here. One question, one card, 1111 at PayPal Ruby Reads Tarot. Let's get some more cards for Virgo. The Virgo collective. What does this new moon lunar solar eclipse have in store? Oh, 6 of Cups. So, Virgo, there is this. I feel as if you're coming into a vibe or a feeling. You're coming into a place that has really embraced you, and it's really comfortable for you. I think you're beginning to feel really good in your environment, and there's a lot of sentimentality, and there is a lot of, who's that? Cynthia. Good morning from Cali, boo. Good morning. It's coming into the space that's really familiar, and I don't know, there is some sort of nostalgia sentimentality. I don't know if that's because you're channeling into a past life energy, but I feel as if you're about to go to a certain place or a change of location or a new job or change of home, change of residence. And it's almost like, Virgo, you find your soul tribe, your soul gang. You finally find like the home, the house, the area. You finally find the place that's for you. There's a lot of exactly that, like past life energy. I don't know. You know this place. It's almost as if like it was always destined to be yours. And you somehow got into, you found it. It's good energy for you, Virgo. Again, a lot to do with movement, Virgo. There's a lot going on with you being quick on your feet, adapting, changing, mutable energy. Let's get some more cards. Oh, those all sort of jumped out. Let's get some more cards for the Virgo collective. Happy new moon, everyone. Has everyone written out their intentions for this phase? Okay, those definitely want to come out. Let's take those. 7 of Wands. So a lot of impact still on building. The Star card. A lot to do with hopes, dreams, and ambitions. And then we've got the 8 of Swords. A lot of those limitations, those fears that sort of hold you back. 7 of Wands, Virgo. In this very unsure of your footing space, the need for stability, some stable ground, a bit of familiarity, perhaps feeling poked at from every different direction, having to feel like you're fending off the rest of the world, a real struggle and a real effort to maintain balance. However, somehow you're still managing really well to stay on top of all of it. and you remain very much in charge regardless of all of the different obstacles that I'm perhaps poking at you at the moment. The Star card is very much a card of having a real broad acceptance at the moment, being really open. There's a lot that can happen with this eclipse energy, including you beginning to see a certain situation where you perhaps felt slightly unsure of yourself or doubtful of the progress that you were making. It just so happens, Virgo, that I feel like as if this solar eclipse is almost like a little flash of how certain things that you're trying to manifest at the moment are happening, are coming about. They're sort of starting to play out for you, Virgo. And then, of course, this Eight of Swords, that self-sabotage, that almost reluctance to move forward because fear sets in, and then the panic kicks in, and that what do you call it? That Virgo analysis paralysis that leads to this sometimes. You're being asked to really spread your wings after having come out of a period of almost having to regrow them from having them being clipped off, right? Quite mercilessly, actually. And there is this process that happens with learning to fly again, learning to use those wings again. And there are times where doubt can really kick in, and that's what this Eight of Swords card is just a bit of a reminder of. This is not a real prison, this is exile of one's own making. And you kind of got to ask yourself, at what point do you question this person and think, right, they're kind of doing this because they want this? And this could be, kept to a certain limit, or kept within a certain comfort zone, or kept within certain boundaries and barriers that might need revising, because it is kind of like the stars the limit at this point. And there are a lot of typical Gemini season contradictions and dualities that must be examined. And I do feel as if this lunar eclipse comes with its own set of dualistic challenges. But I think it's really only just to identify the limitations that are within yourself that you perhaps set for yourself, versus like the vast potential that you could actually go out there and conquer. And so at what point does one have to ask themselves, is this voluntary exile just an excuse? Because this is quite limitless. It's really free. It's the possibility to really break these barriers and these stagnating energies. And I really do think this lunar eclipse, with all of this mutability and with that fire influence of last month, gosh, when was that Sagittarius full moon? Because it's almost as if that Jupiter influence, now Jupiter is in Pisces opposite you, and this is probably going to really expose a lot of stuff about limitations that you have set on yourself, and how sometimes it may have been really quite self-inflicted and possibly deliberate. I don't know. It's just that, when something like Jupiter goes into the sign opposite you, any of these kind of boundaries and barriers, they're gonna be examined. And you might be revising a lot of where those boundaries sit. So it might be worth doing that, examining your boundaries and the limits that you have imposed on yourself. Start with the ones that are conscious, because the ones that are unconscious or subconscious will find their way out. And I think it is perhaps time to undo the knots and undo the chains and the boundaries. And I think today, a lot of surrender rituals, a lot of surrender meditations is definitely needed, especially surrendering of one's own limitations. Forget what anyone else has to think. I don't know. The Star card. So here we are. The vast expanse, the unlimited potential, the codes, the magic formula, the flow, as we were talking about, the Tao, the flow. Significant water energy. And I think with the pursuit of being really free, there's a hell of a lot of surrender that goes with it. And if you've reached that, let the cards fall as they will kind of approach to situations, I think it's really going to help at this point. Because when I see the Star card and when I see the Seven of Wands, it's like all of this control when really you just got to surrender. I feel as if there is a lot of support within a community, within some sort of family, network, friends group. There's a lot of support. There's a lot of love here, an awful lot of love. And you are being asked to be quick on your feet, and you are being asked to be ready to move, and communication is coming in. It is Gemini season. It's a chatty month. And I think it's the kind of communication that comes in that kind of revives some sort of confidence and tenacity within you. I think there's a lot of synchronicity that happens when the Page of Wands is out looking for whatever he's out looking for. So I think that's definitely one channel message. I have, ladies and gentlemen, some oracle cards for you guys, which is fun. I got the romance cards as well as the goddess guidance by our lovely, what's her name? Doreen Virtue. I think this is fun. Let's pull some romance cards because I know I haven't had my oracle cards for a while. So let's play with the oracle cards. Let me give them a good cleanse. Remember, guys, one question, one card, 1111. If you had a question that you want an answer to, just drop 1111 at my PayPal, ruby@rubyreadstarot.com. And we can pull a card for you here. But let's get a message for the Virgo collective about their love lives. I'm sure everyone is curious. It's been a while since I've had these to play with. Okay, I'm going to give them one more shuffle. And then I'm just going to pull them. Okay. Healing family issues. Interesting. So, Virgo, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Tassini in the house. Welcome, Tassini. Oh, love hearts. Love hearts. Love hearts. Thank you, my dear. Healing family issues. Forgive your parents. Forgive everyone. Oh my God. Why? Holding grudges. I think I was reading something in an article once, and it's one of those energies that gets into your meridians and your power points, and it begins stagnating and blocking up valves and channels of energy. And yeah, a lot of times life works out that way. We don't get the apologies that we deserve, but we've kind of got to be okay with that and move on regardless without letting ourselves slow down. I think family is one of those things, and I do think this is one of those times that is really going to start acting like a backbone. I really am optimistic. I really am, and I do believe that family is going to have a massive like shake up for a lot of people, and I think a lot of people are going to begin to see how family is really coming through, and how sometimes your friends are your family, and sometimes, you know, you can have a really bad experience with certain family members, but you can still get over it and come together because that's what families do. And so I guess with this healing family issues card, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. I guess being able to forgive your parents and just beginning to see them as just human beings, as balls of energy traveling in this suit through this journey called life, and we're all kind of trying to do the best we can. And sometimes, you know, we make mistakes because we are human, and that happens. Oh, hello. This card's been stalking me. This is the soulmate card. Yes, this is your soulmate. So, you know what, Virgo, I think someone's entered your life finally. And kudos to you because you did the work. And I think it shows because you are glistening like a gem, like an absolute freaking diamond. And I think someone has spotted you, and that someone might be a lot more than you perhaps anticipated them to be. But I think a lot of you have had a feeling about this person. And it turns out that, yes, this is your soulmate. So a lot of people are going to be, and I predicted this, and this is why I think it is so important to do this whole forgive your family and forgive and heal people. Seriously, surrender all of the stagnation. Just surrender, forgive, forget, or like whatever. It happened, so what? Shit happens. Let's move on. I'm not saying go back and become best friends with people. That's not what I'm saying at all. But if somebody has, you know, if people change and they've shown you they've changed, then you know you within your rights to keep your distance. But forgiveness is more for you than it is for anyone else. And I think your parents try and clear those channels of energy just so that, you know, prana can start flowing through those channels, because that is where real energy comes from, you know. But it's about keeping the channels clear without all of the stuff and the stuff, the earthy stuff that happens in between. We're all spiritual energy, guys. These suits are just the soap opera that we play out in. But look, there's a soulmate, Virgo. There's a soulmate here. And soulmate, twin flame, soulmates can be twin flames also. Of course they can, but this can also be your cat or a new pet or a friend. Soulmate, I don't know. It's the romance deck, so why wouldn't it be romantic? Unrequited love. Is this the ex? Is these the fucking dreaded exes? That Mercury retrograde? Oh god, okay. Unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So, there is perhaps another energy that surrounds you of an unrequited love, and you might have to, choose. You might have to decide, and you might not know right away which one the soulmate is. But I do feel like there is one true love and there is one not true love. And they're both, it's typical Virgo way. Always happens like this. When it rains, it pours. And so you're going to have to choose. You're going to have to decide which one is real and which one's not real. Honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Getting to know each other. And finances and career. Okay. Honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So it seems as if you might meet someone and you might end up spending a lot of time together. Now, it just so happens that the more time you spend together, the more you get to know each other, the nicer things get. The honeymoon card is sort of like enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So either you guys are having the whole honeymoon phase of your relationship, or you guys are either going on holiday together. I feel like some of you are actually traveling together. But it's saying enjoy the time together. Okay? Now this might even be a staycation for some of you, but the emphasis is on time together. Okay. Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bonds deepen. So, honest, open, smart. Like, you don't have to be forthright, but you do have to be very much present. And I feel as if it's quite important to focus on the bond and what it takes to make a deeper bond, And I think this bit is such an important bit, like laying the foundations, because when the tower falls, or if the tower falls, how you lay the foundations all really depend on how that tower moment hits, and if that tower moment hits. So instead of trying to rush into anything, or, because I do feel like there's going to be a lot of time spent together. And I do feel like it will have the potential of all happening really quickly. And next thing you know, you're like married and you're living together and all that kind of stuff. I just think enjoy the get to know each other bit. Like, don't rush that bit. Slow down. Just slow down and love each other first. Okay. We have to look beyond the superficial beauty and look at the heart. That's where the true beauty lies. Such a beautiful thing to say. Thank you, Tassini. That's exactly where it lies. So, and beauty all starts from within, as long as that's clear. Getting to know each other, being really just in each other's energy, without rushing or without pushing things, I think is nice. So financial issues are a factor in your love life right now, finances and career. And I just don't think that finances should ever be a factor in a relationship. So I think everything else should be put on hold while finances are worked on first and foremost. And I think that everything else kind of comes secondary to being able to take care of yourself and your personal well-being. So I personally, just my advice as a earth sign, which is like practical, down to earth, earthly advice, everything else should be put on hold while finances and career are an issue. Career and finances, because that's how you look after yourself in the world. That's how you take care of yourself. It always has to come first. So a lot more of an effort towards your finances and career may be necessary, and it might even be important to remember whilst you're spending all of this time together, and while you're like really in the hype of like, oh my god, I found the soulmate. Okay, fantastic. But you're still getting to know each other, so slow down. And this unrequited love situation, let's clarify this unrequited love situation. I personally feel like Mercury retrograde, some asshole from the past is probably going to come back like, oh my God, I'm so entitled to you. And that's the point where you're like, can you go away? Okay. Unrequited love. Who and what is this? Okay. Reconciliation. I told you it's a asshole from the past. Now, someone from your past is returning to your life. Now, unrequited love on one side and soulmate on the other side. Let's put everything else to one side. So, Virgo, just recapping on this message before I put it away. Healing family issues, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Widen that bracket. Just forgive everyone, okay? Just let it all go. Trust me. Oh, and at the bottom of the deck was release your ex, past life relationship, and attraction. Okay. Firstly, stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. And the other thing is flirt and chemistry and retreat. Calling in your soulmate. Codependency. Playfulness. Free yourself. Okay, I'm going to stop this. And you deserve love. You deserve love. And free yourself. Okay, it is Mercury retrograde, and this is what I was talking about. All of these surrender, all of these release rituals, all of this new moon. I need you guys to just literally like cleanse all of your energy, your field, your magnetic field, and forgive everyone and just surrender and release, and all of it's gone. Okay, playfulness and where was that card? Was it gone? Flirt. There we go. I feel like these are very important messages. See that? Flirt and playfulness. Okay. Playfulness, Virgo. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Okay, hands up. Who understood that? Like, do you know what language that is? Inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Sorry, Virgo. But playfulness, it's so important. It's so important. And the other thing was flirt. Extend your light-hearted energies to others. Okay, so whatever it is that needed to be let go of, whatever it is that needed to be released, like we were talking about here, release your ex, but I'm going to get into that. Your fun, your solar plexus needs to be all the way lit. So, hold on one moment. Hold on. Let me put these other cards away. A lot of you have been calling in your soulmate. I feel like a lot of you have been trying to manifest love, and I think it's actually worked because the soulmate card is here. You and this person, and also the stay optimistic about your love life card came out. I just feel as if there is some issues, not only the forgiving your family issues, healing and forgiving your parents and all of that, finances and career, which I personally do think need to be for and center front at the moment. Ooh. For and center front at the moment, which would mean forget everything else and make sure the money's good. But other than that, a soulmate has entered, is about to enter, and the thing is, you'll know this person because the chemistry is off the chain. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. Do you see how he's like feeding her noodles? See, that's what you want, a man that's going to feed you noodles. So I don't know if you're the man or the woman, but they're sharing from a cup. So the chemistry is like really intense. Oh, that's not even a cup. It's a ball of energy. The connection is crazy, basically, with your soulmate. And you'll feel it. You'll know because there's a strong magnetic connection between you and that person. There's like a push and a pull, right? Here is the thing. Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So you know where I was talking about recapture that youthful spirit of fun, as well as the flirt energy. That's what's going to make you the winner in this one. Okay. So who have we got there? Jose. Hello, everyone. Hi, Jose. Okay. Anyway, the attraction, making yourself attractive. And what does an attractive person really like? What is so attractive about a person? Is it always their looks, or is it the energy that they invest in themselves, or is it how they put themselves together, which is again just the energy that they put into themselves? So this might be something that people need to think about. Like if you're considering what is attractive to you, just try and like flip that back onto yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like, how much energy are you really putting into yourself? Because that's attractive. People see that and they find that attractive. Somebody who puts a lot of energy into themselves. And if you feel like you've not been attracting people lately, maybe because you're not doing enough to make yourself attractive, which again is just how much energy you put into yourself. So, where were we? So, the soulmate comes in. There's a lot of getting to know each other. It feels as if honeymoon and retreat, things are going to move really, really quickly. But I do think you should take your time as you reveal your innermost selves to each other. Your bond deepens. Remember, we were talking about foundations. So I think that's exactly it. The foundations need to be laid properly. Like they need to be airtight, you know? Nothing's going to shake that thing. Retreat and honeymoon, it's time to disconnect from the world and enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So some of you, I do think you're going on holiday together. Others of you, I just feel like you're going to be locked into a room with each other. And that's going to be just the fun. So next is this dreaded situation of someone from the past, the karmic, versus the twin flame soulmate, whatever you want to call it. Past life relationship, codependency, unrequited love, reconciliation, and release your ex. These are now the cards that are on the table. And I think each one of these is an issue in itself. And the fact that it came up for this lunar eclipse is really screaming something, because I think each one of these points is something that really Virgo, like I've been working with you guys together like this now for like how many years now? 3 years, 4 years. And it's like these things really do need Virgo's attention. And you don't have to be a Virgo for this to resonate. If you're here, you're here. But past life relationship, codependency, unrequited love, reconciliation, and release your ex. Let's start with codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Unhealthy relationships, you know, relationships that involve some sort of weird transactional quality, like all of that stuff, more often than not, never ends well. That's just my personal opinion. I don't necessarily think it's authentic. And anything that's disingenuous is really just you preventing yourself from living your best experience. It is what it is. Codependency is one of those things that relationships fall trap on, like they really fall prey to. And it's never an authentic relationship if there is elements of codependency. Codependencies more often than not end up being quite toxic, and they eat away at the relationship like rot, if I'm honest. I believe a true connection with someone legitimately does not involve any form of codependency in an unhealthy way. Only in an unhealthy way. There are healthy codependencies, and let's make sure that like, I mean, if you have a family with someone, of course you're codependent with them. Like, people have to take the garbage out and put the washing machine on, you know what I mean? You have to work together. Those are not the codependencies I'm talking about here. Toxic codependencies such as addictions, feeling addicted to someone, or getting like in unhealthy, unbalanced situations. And I just believe that, Virgo, you've been through a lot, and a lot of this codependent or highly toxic or red flags are almost going to be unpalatable for you at this point. Like, because I feel like you'll see them, and I think that you will be so much more aware of them before going into relationships. And okay, sorry guys, I didn't have the phone with me, but here you guys are. Right, if you guys will just bear with me for one moment, I'm just going to finish these cards, and then we'll get into questions. I'm so sorry guys if I have ignored your questions. I haven't ignored them. I will get to them straight away. But yes, codependency is one of those things, Virgo. Try and cleanse that energy out completely. Past life relationship, you have known each other before. Please don't ignore the fact when you meet this person and for whatever reason you can't be with them, don't ignore the fact that you know who they are. And if they try and ignore the fact that they know who you are, then God help them. Unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. And I do feel like some of you people are in relationships with these people that are just massively... Who have I got here? Anastasia, good morning from Greece. Ah, good morning. I love you. Anna, I asked a question. Don't worry, Anna. I'm going to get to that right away. Honey, you're good. Finish this first. Okay, thank you. Right, unrequited love. Some of you guys are still with this person. Some of you, this person is trying to come back. Okay? If it didn't work the first time, it's not going to work the second time. This is just my God's honest advice. 99.99%. If you're like the 0.1%, then wow, you'll know. But unrequited love, you got to get out of this situation, whoever's in it. Reconciliation and release your ex. Mercury retrograde is going to bring out some of the crazies. Just be very... It says the time has come to clear your energy, you know, and we started with from Chicago. Anna's from Chicago. Oh, I love Chicago. I miss Chicago. I've spent a lot of time there. The time has come to clear your energy. Okay, great. So I'm going to go in chronological order with these. Just one moment. Who went first? Spirit Alchemist. Okay. Spirit Alchemist, are you here? Let me know if you want a romance card, a tarot card, or I've got a goddess guidance oracle also. Are you still there, Spirit Alchemist? Please tell me you're still there. Spirit Alchemist, are you there? Are you there? Spirit Alchemist. Okay, Chelsea Handley, are you still here? Chelsea? Ah, there you are. There you are. Okay, all right. Which one? Goddess Guidance. Good choice. Good choice. Okay. So let's pull a card for the Goddess Guidance. The Spirit Alchemist. Chelsea is here. Good, good, good. And Anna, you're last. Just bear with me, ladies, please. Let's get a good shuffle for Spirit Alchemist. One more, and then I'll put the top card. I'll pull the top card. Okay. Right. Spirit Alchemist. For you, I have Sekhmet. Be strong. The message says, you are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. Wow. So, do you see she's surrounded by lions? She's got the two lions that she sits in front of with a crown, with a miniature version of herself. That's basically her pineal gland. This is all of her crown chakra. That's all, as well as the back of her throne. She sits on a throne, right? With lions at her feet. You're stronger than you think you are. And wherever you've been like discrediting yourself, wherever you've not been giving yourself the power, wherever you've been like taking away from what you know better, you've really got to start listening to your intuition more, and you've really got to start believing in yourself more. And the things that feed you with confidence, meaning your sacral chakra and your solar plexus, are energies that you might really, really need to work on right now. Getting connected with earth energy for sure, but being around water so that you can cleanse any stagnant energies in your auric field, release all doubt. And I think that whole forgive your parents thing might need to be worked on a little bit. You might need to forgive your mom or your dad or someone who may have made you feel less than or belittled you in any way. I think you've got to surrender all of it. The fact that you will show strength, the fact that you will be strong regardless of whatever happens, is the thing that will grant you happiness. Always, 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 always. And I think you've got to be super true to that. You've got to be aware of your strength at all times. And you've got to make a conscious decision to live in your power, because that's what's really going to guarantee you the win. And if it's something that you can do to really lift yourself up right now in this moment, remind yourself of all of the times in the past where your strength has got you through, like where you've saved your own ass. Do you know what I mean? I think that's a beautiful message. Sekhmet, ancient Egypt, royalty. That is beautiful. Tassini. Wow, my beautiful Cancer lady told me that same thing. Oh, that's so lovely. I love it when these synchronicities start happening. Okay. So that was for the Spirit Alchemist. Okay, so Chelsea? Is it Chelsea? Are you there, Chelsea? Hi, Ruby. Can you tell me what's coming up for my career? Thanks, Chelsea. Chelsea, tell me which deck you would like me to use. The Tarot, the Romance, probably not the Romance, or the Goddess Guidance. Chelsea today. Okay, awesome, Chelsea. Tell me which deck you would like. Tarot, Romance, or the Goddess Guidance? Tarot. Okay, also. Let's get a good shot. I'm going to shuffle these 7 times, and then we'll pull some cards for Chelsea, for Chelsea's career. Let's get some career advice for Chelsea. Let's get some career messages for Chelsea's career. Let's get some 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 messages for Chelsea's career. Okay. You ready, Chelsea? Deep breath in. Let's go. Let's get some messages for Chelsea's career. Ooh, 3 cards. 3 cards for Chelsea. Okay, here we go. 5 of Wands, 9 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, the Justice card, and Temperance. So that's 5 cards for you, Chelsea. You know, when it happens, it happens. When it rains, it pours. Chelsea, all the conflict that's perhaps been surrounding your career, times where you may have had to really limit yourself and hold yourself quite small, stuck, limited. Don't forget all of the hard work that you've put in, all of the work that you've done, all of the hard work. It's going to show through for you right now. Justice card, Temperance. Be patient a little bit. The scales are balancing out and justice is coming through for you. Where you've had to be really fixed and limited, it's kind of set in. What you've got to do at this time is really expand. Okay? Really expand as much as you can. Think outside of what, like, okay, don't think, okay, I can only get this or I can only do this. Think bigger. You've got to think way bigger. You've accumulated a lot of skill sets and there's been conflict that surrounded your career and you may have been thrown off because of other people's, you know, when people just throw in stuff to belittle you or make you second guess yourself. There's been a lot of that. And it's just, you've got to shake that energy off because you've got the skill sets for you to think bigger and go bigger than you have been. You've got to bear patience while the scales balance themselves out. I feel like something's working out for you behind the scenes. Your part of it is to be very aware of all of the things that you've worked so damn hard for to accumulate. And you've got to think bigger than what you were thinking. You've got to go bigger than what you were planning to go. This energy of conflict that may have been surrounding you, I think it's time for you to really address this energy. And it can be hard because it's not always fun, like looking at those scars and looking at those conflicts. But I just do believe that you've got to surrender because you've got the work, like you've got the experience, you've got the talent, you've done all the hard work and you've been bruised, battered, beaten by it. And you are just thinking too small and you've got to expand. And it might even mean that you're going into a new field, you're going into a new direction, you're going into a new, I don't know, it's something bigger than what you've already limited yourself to. I feel like you've already done that. You've already conquered one domain. You've already done one thing. And now is a kind of time where justice is kind of, it could even be with legal matters, something in legalities or a legal secretary or something like analytics or detail, something like that. Just really take your time with it right now, Chelsea. Take your time with it. Be patient. Sagittarian Libran energy, which for me is balance. There's something to do with balance and something like balancing out the scales. Balancing out the scales. Being patient while the scales balance themselves out. Thinking bigger than you need to think. Being proud of your achievements and not letting your energy be just thrown off by people that are deliberately trying to throw you off. Do you know what I mean? I think that's what I have for you, Chelsea. I hope that's okay. Anna, are you still there, my love? Would you like the tarot, the romance, or the goddess guidance, Anna from Chelsea? Chelsea, thank you. That makes so much sense. Thank you so much. Oh, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. Anna, are you there? Anna, are you still there? Have we lost Anna? Anna's here. Okay, Tara, awesome. So the question is, what does Spirit have for me? Are they upset or no? Anna, Spirit, are they upset or no? What do we have for Anna? What do we have for Anna? Let's get a message for Anna. Let's get a message for Anna. Let's get a message for Anna. Anna, first message for you was you have to, there's some energy that you're holding on to in your body. Let's get some messages for Anna. Okay. What do we have for Anna? Let's get some cards for Anna. Let's get a message for Anna. Let's get a message for Anna. Anna in Chicago. Chicago. Oh. Is this you? Is this you? No. Let's get a message for Anna. Let's get a message for Anna. You ready, Anna? Breathe in. Let's get a message for Anna. Let's get a message for Anna. Let's get a message for Anna. Ooh. I have 3 cards for Anna. Oh, hello. Okay, and all right, I'm going to take that too. Anna, you ready? Are you ready? Okay. Anna, there is something that needs to be let bygones be bygones with. Okay. There is something that it would really best serve you to move on from. What is spilt has spilt. What has gone has gone. What has happened, you can't change it. And acceptance and remaining not fixed to the past or what's happened or what's gone is going to really serve you. If you choose to shift your perspective, even turn your direction of thinking around, if you choose to just, it's exactly that. It's a shift in perspective. If you see what you have right now as the golden cups that will get you across that bridge and over the river, home scot-free. What you have, what you know, what's with you is the golden ticket. What has happened, what you lost, what had gone, it's only delaying the process. Yeah? The time now is to really make your peace with what's gone and really change your perspective and truly believe, truly understand that what you have is more than enough. And a spirit of gratitude will get you to this Queen of Pentacles. If you're not already here, this Queen of Pentacles lacks nothing. She wants for nothing. She is natural abundance. Everything, she generates wealth. She generates good luck. She generates everything she needs within herself. You know, she sees it and then it happens. She feels it and then it comes. Being the Queen of Pentacles is order, it's organization. It's a kind of deep rooted strength that can't be shaken. That pentacle weighs her down, but it's made of solid gold, and solid gold is the strongest conductor. It is in your nature to have a powerful energy that conducts this power to draw in abundance. And the high priestess is knowing, is the knowing. It's working with the lunas, it's the mystic, it's the mysterious, it's feminine. It's the power of intuition, it's knowing, it's trust, it's feminine. Your deep-rooted feminine energy needs to be awoken again. You need to do the dance of the divine feminine to the beat of your own drum. You really need to connect to your inner divine, abundant mother archetype, as well as this high priestess, this mystic. These two archetypes are dynamics within yourself that really need to be reawoken through dance or meditation or whatever. The Magician card is as above, so below, Anna. As you believe it to be, it will show in front of you. And again, all the tools are at your disposal. You have everything you need. It's inside. It's just a shift of perspective and drawing your attention away from what's been lost or squandered or gone, or what may, an apology that you might never receive, or expecting certain expectations, knowing that expectations never really end well, do they? Never. It's one of those things. Everything that you need right now, Anna, is within you, and you don't need to search for it anywhere else. And if you think that someone's mad at you or spirit's mad at you, it's just perhaps you're not looking at who you are and your potential and how much you already know, and how it's truly all in your hands, and how all it takes is you being very aware of your own soul and how important it is for you to feed and nourish you, because that's what gets you to where you need to be. And the work that you might really need to do right now might just be tiny. It might really just be tiny, but it might be a simple shift of this person turning around. And so these things won't even be a thing anymore. Dust yourself off, pick yourself up, and dust yourself off. I think that's all I have for you, Anna. The magic is truly, it's all at your disposal. Everything you need, you have. You have. Seek it from within first, because it's once the soul, at its soul level, when we're okay, external things, especially things that happened in the past, you'll see they're just padding. It's padding to the ultimate tapestry. It's all part of the plan. Don't hold on to anything right now. Mutable seasons are really good at that, helping us let go. And while Jupiter is in your opposite sign, how you think is how you manifest. And if you're focused on lack, it's going to show up everywhere. But if you're focused on the very natural abundance, like the Queen of Pentacles is, that's exactly how it manifests. I think that's all I have for you, Anna. What have I missed in the chat? Here from Chicago, I need your love and advice. Thank you so much. I needed to hear that. You're so welcome, Anna. The power really is within you. And it's only once you decide to actually claim who you are you actually get to that connection. And it's about, I don't know, I feel like there's feminine energy that needs working on. I do. I feel like you need to get into that divine feminine, and sometimes it might be through love baths. It might be through, dance. It might be through adorning yourself. Like, adorn yourself. Really do it. Speaking to my soul here. Came down to the final days of my super lengthy sun vacation, and it resonates. Our new moon is in Virgo. No, it's in Gemini, my love. So, guys, I think that's all I have for this transmission. Any last messages? It's exactly how I started off. There needs to be a real claim and ownership to that mutability. Everything is in the flow. Exactly, right? Everything is in the flow. This is mutable air. It's not permanent. It'll touch your skin and dance off. Nothing is fixed. Absolutely nothing. So really surrender all of it. Forgive, forget. It's not even important anymore. Release all of it. I have another question. Victor, career reading. Please, watching you live now. Thanks, Victor, for your question. Choose a deck. I have tarot, I have romance, or I have the goddess guidance. Let me know. Do I have you here, Victor? Lotus flower, please, Ruby. I could use your advice. What is that? Lotus flower, you can drop 1111 at PayPal, Ruby at Ruby Reads Tarot, and then I can answer your question. Victor, can I have your deck? Tarot, romance, or the goddess guidance? Career reading, please. Watching you live now. Do I have you there? Goddess. Okay, also. Let's put these to one side. Okay, Victor. Career reading. Let's get some questions. Let's get some answers for Victor's. Will do, thank you. Okay, awesome. Victor. Let's get some messages for Victor's career. 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 Some messages for Victor's career. Okay, ready, Victor? Deep breath in. Ooh, deep breath in. Let's get some messages for Victor's career. Let's get a message for Victor's career. Oh, that was very simple. Victor, you ready? Diana, focused intention, and Mary Magdalene, unconditional love. Focused intention and unconditional love. Okay, you ready, Victor? Keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions focused on your target, and you will make your mark. Okay, so you see how she's got her bow and arrow, and she's in that warrior position, and she's in a gondola. Basically, you've really got to make sure with this bow and arrow, there's so much Sagittarian influence today, that you are really making sure that nothing is coming between you and what your mark is. You can't let yourself get distracted right now. All of your feelings, all of your actions, every single thing that you do right now has to be focused on your target, Victor. You need to know what your target is. You need to know what your mark is, okay? Making the mark needs to become the obsession for you. Whatever this thing is in your career, whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, whatever it is you want, until you're not like fully immersed in it, unless you're not stopping your like negative thoughts, unless you're not fully, completely aware of how what you want to achieve is the be all and end all, and you can only achieve it if you let yourself achieve it. Okay? Everything else is completely irrelevant. If you give up, then you've given up on the dream. And believe me, there's not going to be anybody who's going to be there and be like, hey, Victor, go do this. Hey, Victor, go do that. Hey, Victor, go do that. You've got to be your own cheerleader. You've really got to be your own cheerleader, and you've got to be really, really focused, and you've got to be really dedicated to the fact that if you really, truly want this thing to happen, whatever it is, you've got to give up all resistance to it. You've got to surrender all negativity. You've got to just throw it into the fire. Because if you are not unconditionally love yourself, others, and every situation, no matter what the outward appearance may be. So regardless of how much resistance is in your way at the moment, regardless of how many obstacles you have, if you are not affirming to yourself that everything is genuinely working in your favor and in the grand tapestry and the grand design of things, even the hindrances are really only obstacles or lessons that are there because they've got to teach you something, or they've got to make you stronger, or they've got to refine you or polish you. You know, like diamonds are polished. That's why they're so valuable. It's the quality of the work that goes into them. And this is where you decide, either I'm putting in the quality and investing in myself, and because I'm investing in myself, there's no way in hell I'm going to give up on myself, because it's me at the end of the day. I've put all this hard work in and I owe it to myself. And I have to be my best cheerleader because I love myself unconditionally. And this might be the starting point for you before you even get to focused intention, Victor. You've got to fall in love with yourself, and it's got to be a love that you may not have known before. Or you may know unconditional love. You know, if you know it, that's fantastic. But somehow, somewhere, you've got to make sure that you're affirming to yourself that you love yourself unconditionally. You love others regardless of however things might transpire. And whatever the situation might look like to be on the outside, you're really focused on love. You're really focused on love. And for that, your heart chakra needs to be all the way wide open. And this might be something that you do, you know, every day. Open up your heart chakra and promise yourself that you're going to love yourself that much stronger and that much harder, because you deserve this success that you want. You deserve this career break that you want. You deserve to have all of the things that you want. But until you don't genuinely believe it, that it can possibly be yours, and until you're not focused on it 100%, it's not gonna be I don't know, it's not gonna manifest itself. Because if energies, like, imagine energy is like just out there everywhere, like bouncing around, right? The only way to harness all these different particles that are floating around is to project them into an image. Okay? What you're desiring, be it in regards to your career, say, I want to see myself as the best teacher that ever lived. Until you're not visualizing and redirecting these particles of energy into something like a triangle, or into the fact that you want to be the best teacher ever in the whole wide world, it just remains in constant free flow, bouncing off of each other. You know what I mean? Focus your energy. Focus all of this like a movie, and visualize this. Watch yourself as a movie. doing all the things that you want in your career, in your life, in your relationships, in your health, everything, 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 everything. Lotus flower. That's excellent advice that anyone could resonate with. I'm glad you think so. I'm glad you think so. Always use your intuition. Victor, I think that's all I have for you. It's very sound, it's very specific, but I think it's what you need. Do we have any more questions? Let me just check. What have we got on the clock? 1:16:30. I think that sounds like a good time. Guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I love you guys so much. With this solar eclipse, purge, release, let go. Gemini, like I said, it's mutable air. It's free-flowing. It's the kiss from the wind. It blows in all the different directions and it sweeps everything up along with it. Nothing's fixed. Nothing permanent. Nothing can be held onto. Surrender stagnating energies in all of your channels, in all of your meridians. Breathe deeply. This is the one thing about Gemini season. It's the lungs. Whenever you feel like things are getting on top of you, you've got to breathe all the way into your lungs and expand them fully. Expand them fully and do that 5 times. And it will make you feel a little bit lightheaded, but it almost like reset you, bring you right back to life. Nothing is fixed and nothing is permanent. Jupiter is in the opposite sign too. You remember, as you think, you create. Please be aware of that, which is why I say to you, clear out all of these energies. Okay, my loves? I love you. I'll probably see you guys soon. We'll do some stuff. See ya. Love ya. Bye, guys. Take it easy.